During a diplomatic visit to Finland, India's external affairs minister found himself at the center of pointed questioning from the Western press. A journalist suggested that India's continued purchase of Russian oil signaled sympathy for the Kremlin, framing this energy policy as a lack of moral conviction amidst the invasion of Ukraine. Jaishankar's response shifted the focus from oil to a different historical reality. He noted that while no European country has ever been attacked with Indian weapons, the reverse has happened repeatedly. This exchange highlighted a disconnect between how the two regions view the war. While Europe sees an existential crisis, India sees a sudden demand for moral alignment from nations that have spent decades ignoring India's own security challenges. Understanding this defiance requires an audit of the geopolitical ledger since 1947, tracking the flow of both energy and hardware. Europe's current expectation for moral consistency often ignores a 70-year history of prioritizing financial trade over the security of the Indian subcontinent. The first part of the audit concerns the claim that buying Russian oil is a political endorsement of the invasion. When Europe sanctioned Russian crude, they pivoted to the Middle East, India's primary supplier. European buyers effectively crowded out the market. Facing a massive supply vacuum, India turned to discounted Russian crude to keep its economy functioning, a move dictated by Europe. India's oil strategy is a response to the logistical reality of European consumption, rather than a statement of political sympathy. The second part of the audit is the physical evidence of European hardware appearing on Indian soil. During the liberation of Goa, Indian forces faced Portuguese ships and troops equipped with European-manufactured weapons and 120mm naval guns. In 1965, the bombardment of Dwarka was carried out by Pakistani naval vessels with origins in the United Kingdom. The entries in this ledger became even more severe during the 1971 war. The Pakistan Navy used a Daphne-class submarine, supplied by France, to sink the Indian frigate INS Kukri. During that same conflict, French-manufactured Mirage 3 jets were used to conduct airstrikes against Indian targets. This pattern continues today, as NATO members with deep ties to the European Union, such as Turkey, remain primary suppliers of military hardware to Pakistan. For decades, European nations authorized arms sales that directly impacted Indian security, treating the regional fallout as a manageable byproduct of international trade. The audit reveals a doctrine where European interests have remained detached from the moral standards they now expect from others. Jaishankar's rebuttal in Finland signals a shift in India's diplomatic engagement. Instead of working around Western criticism, India now directly challenges the historical consistency of those arguments. The new boundary is specific. Western nations cannot expect India to treat European security as a moral obligation, while they continue to treat India's security as a business opportunity. Future diplomacy will require a reciprocal respect. If Europe seeks a strategic partner in India, it must acknowledge India's regional survival with the same gravity it grants its own. Geopolitical alliances are not built on lectures. They require an honest accounting of the past and a recognition that no nation holds a monopoly on moral concern.